Here we go. Christian here with cheap beat up Elvis vinyl. Well, I'm still in a dry spell, friends. Haven't picked up any new Elvis vinyl. So I use that opportunity to look through my old, well, not old. Yeah, I guess they're all old. So I'll use that opportunity to look through my old Elvis records. And I realized that I don't do that enough. And I think some of y'all might do the same thing. We get so hooked up in collecting it, in gathering the records and looking forward to the next hunt, that we don't really look at the ones that we get. Especially when I first started collecting, they would have dollar record sales at the record store that I go to a lot. And so I was just starting to collect. So I would just pull out all the Elvis records. Sometimes I would get 15, 20, 25 records. I'd get home, look at them, catalog them, write down what I had to write down. But I was just kind of checking the list and then just going to the next ones. So I never really had a chance to enjoy them. But now that I'm in a little dry spell, I started to take a closer look at the records. Maybe you ought to do that too. You know, the point isn't in just gathering them to have them in a crate or a shelf. The point is to enjoy them. Look at them. Read them. Read everything that's on it. Take them out of the sleeves so you get a fingerprint on it. Who cares? The records are put out for us to enjoy. Of course, if you have a record player, listen to them. And I started noticing a trend, friends. And it first showed up on this record right here. This one here came out in January of '57. Playing for Keeps Too Much. Elvis playing his little guitar. See, he's got on that red jacket, got a black collar on it, little black around the wrists. This was January of '57. In March of '57, this one came out. This is the same jacket. The colors are just a little off on this print, but that's the same jacket. So we got it in January of '57, March of '57, September of '57, Jailhouse Rock. Same jacket. Then in November of '57, they put out the Elvis Sings Christmas Songs EP. And on the back, there's a picture of Elvis in that same jacket. And you see he's leaning up against a wooden plank fence right there, like an old Western-looking fence. And also, in that month, this album came out, November of '57. And on the back is Elvis in the same jacket. And if you look right down here, you can see the wood from the fence that he's standing by. And you see he's got on the same white shirt. So these both came out in November of '57. Then we go to October of '58, 11 months later, and there's the same jacket, same shirt, same fence. So as my dad would say, Elvis sure got his money's worth out of that jacket, son. So in 6 picture sleeves, well, 5 picture sleeves and 1 back of an album, Elvis was wearing the same jacket. He must have liked that jacket. So that got me to noticing similarities, same photo sessions, same outfits that were used on different Elvis record covers. These 2 EPs came out in September of 1956. Elvis rocking the stage live. There he is with Scotty and Bill tearing it up, changing everything. It's all going to be different, boys. You notice, same jacket, same tie, same guitar strap. Then in the back of this one, another photo, same jacket, same tie, same guitar strap. Somebody came out to one of the shows, took some photos, and they used the photos a little bit. Nice. These both came out in the same month, and they are kind of like bookends. Sisters, if you will. October 56, Love Me Tender. Love Me Tender comes out. Gigantic monster hit. They had 4 different covers for this. They had a light pink. I think this is the dark pink. They had this green, and then they also had a black and white. So they had 4 different covers of this. Nice photo. It's from looks like it's from Love Me Tender. There, shot on site. And then you go all the way to July of 1964, and they put out this wonderful summer vacation special, Such a Night. And they use that same photo from 56, and they use it in 64. Elvis was not looking like this in 64, so it was an interesting choice for the Radio Corporation of America. October 57, Jailhouse Rock EP comes out. Great cover, great photo. Love that jacket. It's so 50s rockabilly. Elvis looks great. So this came out in October. Then in November, the Elvis Sings Christmas Songs EP came out. And Elvis's Christmas album. And if you look at this photo, right there, it's not the same photo, but it's from the same photo shoot. So they just used it here and here. Stretching their photography budget dollar. November of 56, Elvis's second album comes out, The Wonderful Elvis. Great photo. I love how he was dressing then. Kind of rockabilly, hillbilly-ish. Now here's the LP, and the EP had the same cover, which was a great idea. I think it was a good marketing idea because you go in the store, you buy this one because it's cheaper. Listen to it. Hey, it's pretty good. Whoa, look at this. That looks just like it, but it's bigger and better, baby. And you buy that one too. So that came out in November of 56. Then we go all the way to 1977. And this comes out. Elvis, His Songs of Inspiration. Boom, same photo. Now I realized by that time Elvis wasn't taking any new photos, but it is the same photo from 56. They just flipped it. So he's looking yonder, this away, and then he's looking that away. July of 57, Lovin' You comes out. And they used the same cover for the EP, which was a great idea. Then in August of 58, they did pretty much the same thing. King Creole comes out on a couple of EPs and the album cover. Now you see they took the same picture here and they just flipped it. Made Elvis's head go the other way. Elvis looked the other way. Same photo, they just flipped it. Here's one that I had that is a French EP. And they did the same thing. The head is turned, and they also tweaked, they also tweaked the colors there. They changed the background color, and they also changed his coat just a little bit, and they changed his kerchief from yellow to orange. April of 59, one of my all-time favorite Elvis record covers. Look at this beautiful little thing. Elvis in the gold nudie suit. It's made by a guy named, his last name was Nudie, out in California. Made this gorgeous suit for Elvis. From what I understand, Elvis used it for, wore it at a couple shows, and then he split the pants. Played a few more shows with just the jacket and black slacks, if I remember correctly. I thought that looked much better. What a great album cover. A touch of gold on the Gold Standard Series right here. So this was Volume 1. Doesn't say that on it. Oh, no, it does. It says right up there, Volume 1. So you got one Elvis on Volume 1. Then in September of '59, you got two Elvises on Volume 2. Touch of Gold. Gold Standard Series. Then in December of '59, you got the Big Daddy. Whole bunch of Elvi in the gold suit. Really great. 50, 100, 50,000, 150. Elvis Fans Can't Be Wrong. That's the name of this album. Elvis Fans Can't Be Wrong. Talk about an iconic album cover there, huh? It's beautiful, baby. November of '59. Peace in the Valley EP. This here is the Gold Standard Series copy of it. Great EP. Got yourself a little picture here. Elvis in his jacket and tie. Looks a lot like how my dad used to look around that time, I reckon. I don't know why they put a black and white picture of Elvis on this color cover, but it looks good. Maybe it makes it pop. So this was November of '59. And you go all the way to March of '67. How Great Thou Art album. Great gospel album. And you see it's not the same photo, but it's from the same photo shoot. So they waited 8 years to use it again. Hey, don't we have a picture of Elvis in a suit and tie? I believe we do. Get it. Pull it out. Let's use it again. We could save $15. Last on my list of 50s and 60s album and 45 and EP covers that featured some of the same photos or same photo shoots or same outfits. This one came out in March of 1960. One of my all-time favorite Elvis album covers, His Hand in Mine. What a photo. Just looks like a guy playing the piano on Sunday at church. And I see that this copy here was $3.98. Somebody tried to sell it for $10. I know I didn't pay $10 for it. I probably paid $5 for it, and it was worth it. So this one came out in December of 1960, and then a few years later, they did a repress of it. They took this fantastic photo of Elvis, and they just cropped it down to just use his face. Put a little light at the top, little clouds at the bottom. That looks like a gospel record, okay. I, however, much prefer this cover. But you see, it's the same photo, they just cropped it. So kids, what did we learn from today's episode? We learned that Elvis liked that red jacket. RCA liked it, they used it a lot. We also learned that RCA kept the pictures of Elvis on file. And years later, they would reuse them. And this was while he was still alive. They also did it a lot in the late 60s and 70s. I might do another episode on that. Another lesson that we learned from today's episode is to enjoy your records. Take them out. They're little pieces of art, really. See, back when we had album covers and not something living in the clouds, they were little pieces of art that you would hold in your hand and read the credits and place some value upon them. So we got plenty of Elvis records out there for you to enjoy, hunt them down, discover them. Or if you already have them in your collection, rediscover them. And hey, thanks, Elvis. Okay, fine.